All right, so I don't know where to begin. My name is Michael Buckner. Hello. I took a class called Social Problems. The class introduced me to different types of society. Some of it was cultural, some of it had to do with homeless, and some of it had to do with how society can really affect a city and change a city. But it was those interviews, it was those visits to the homeless shelters to get an idea of actually be there and see what goes on with the homeless shelters. Really sparked something in me that I didn't know at the time, but it was going to grow into something bigger. We went and visited homeless shelters. There were homeless shelters that were just for men. There were homeless shelters that were for women and children. And then there were actually a small section of homeless shelters for family. There's a lot of people who are homeless. And a lot of people who are homeless, a good portion of them, are there because nobody knows what else to do with them. These are people who have social problems. They're people who have mental problems, mental challenges, and these are the hard people to love because nobody thinks they're worth anything. And if people do think they're worth anything, I don't want to offend you, whoever you are, but in general, we look at people who have disabilities, and too often we discount what they can be in life and how they can affect others and be a blessing and a bright light to someone else. Always got to remember they're someone's baby, they're someone's child, maybe someone's father, maybe someone's mother. Somebody loves them. People who are homeless have found a special spot in my heart because you never know when you're going to find yourself in that situation. And although most people who are homeless on the streets are people who have inabilities that keep them from holding a job, or they have problems accepting authority over them, there is a small percentage of people who have just made bad decisions, or society has turned on them. Maybe they've lost their job. Those are the small portions of people who can actually get back out of the cycle of homelessness, find themselves a job, and get back into doing what they love doing. Those are the small portion of people who love working, who want to work and be part of society. My first experience with the homeless ministry was on a winter day. It was cold. It was around 20s, and that whole winter was just very cold. Luckily, we hadn't run into any other problems winter-wise, like we didn't have wet snow or anything like that. It was just cold. But you know what? What I saw there that day was other people coming together, getting bundled up, dedicated to stand there for an hour. So people coming through who are hungry, people coming through who just may even need to say hi to someone because they don't have an outlet to talk to someone. It was amazing to me that there were people that would dedicate their lives to this. The lady who had started this ministry started it about 15 years ago, and she's been doing this ever since. It's a neat story. Maybe I'll tell you sometime.